Up in the morning edition, we have an update on the post office relocation, more on the road traffic transfers, and a lesson on the art of micro-needling. It's a fantastic hump day filled with promises of Friday. Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Morning Edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. And as usual, we start things off shaping your day weather-wise. Here's Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. And as usual, we'll get you started with our ZDS Tower Cam, and it's showing a bit of gray skies at the entrance of Nassau Harbor. And that's because we have a frontal system in the area. As we go to our satellite picture, you can see a broad area of cloudiness stretching throughout the northwest Bahamas into the central Bahamas, and embedded in that will be some showers and thunderstorms, particularly in the extreme northwestern parts of the country. Outside of our studios, it is cloudy, temperatures 73 degrees, relative humidity 94%, near calm winds, barometric pressure 1,009.6 millibars, that's 29.81 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning: Marsh Harbor at 70, 69 in Greentoll, Key, and Freeport in Grand Bahama. In the Berry Islands, 77, 72 in Allenstown, Bimini, 76 in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, and Otterstown, Cat Island. Stanley Key, 74, Camp Space St. Andrews at 74, 75 degrees in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. In San Salvador and Rum Key, 76 degrees, 76 also at Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay at 78, 78 in Acklands, Matsutan, Nagua, the Turks and Caicos Islands at 76 degrees. And your boating forecast for today: in the northwestern islands, southwest to west winds 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights, they'll be around 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. Tide-wise, high at 11:04 this morning, low tide at 5:10 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands, southwest winds 10 to 15, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And that's going to do it for your first look at weather in the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today, tonight, is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Let's go up and away with Jimenita Swain and our traffic drone, who are on standby with the Bahamas First traffic report.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. As you can see from our drone shot, we're in the inner city this morning. We're just at Gibbs and Ross Corner, near the intersection at East Street. Now, we mentioned to you earlier in the week that there was, of course, some road works taking place, and there is some resurfacing that's already taking place in this area. So, of course, if you need to use this area, you would probably want to do so earlier or make sufficient time to get to your destination. But a number of things are happening this morning traffic-wise, so to find out specifically which areas you may want to avoid or give yourself more time, we're going to talk to Corporal Decory Barr of the Police Traffic Division. Good morning, Corporal Barr.
Good morning, Jimenita. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, are there any outstanding accidents that we need to be mindful of, first and foremost?
Yes, at this time we have one accident that is outstanding. That's in the area of Coconut Grove Avenue and Market Street. Officers have already been dispatched to that area, so they should be there momentarily, and that thoroughfare should be clear for our early commuters.
Now, obviously, this area that we're in now, Ross Corner, is one of those areas that we mentioned to motorists is going or undergoing resurfacing works. I think if they need to, they should avoid this area or just be careful.
Yes, we'd want to ask persons to avoid this area. As we stated yesterday, while workers are trying to do their part, and we have persons still utilizing the street, it would slow them up or slow down the process, and it would cause them have to be here a bit longer. So we're going to advise motorists, unless they have to, try to divert from this area and use another route.
Now, also for those persons coming out a little bit later in the morning, I think that there are some other activities that's going to be taking place on the streets. You want to tell us a little bit about that? Yes,
we have 2 motorcades that has been sanctioned and approved by the Commissioner of Police. One would be the Government High School. They're having a motorcade, as well as the Queen's College School is having some motorcade, both in celebratory events for different stuff they won. Those motorcades are going to be on the street. and we're going to ask person if they happen to come across their path to just exercise a little patience. Try to be careful for the vehicles who are part of these events. And like I said, once you exercise patience, they should be out of the way shortly.
Thank you so much. That is, of course, Corporal Decory Ba of the Police Traffic Division. Now, as we mentioned to you, roadworks are underway here at Ross and Gibbs Corner. So if you don't need to be in this area, you should definitely avoid it. There are some motorcades that will be taking place later in the morning, about 10. So just be mindful. A word to the wise is sufficient. Back to you in studio, LaDawn.
Thanks to Anita. Now on to our top story this morning. After several delays on a final deadline for the move of the post office employees into new premises, we now have an idea of when that will take place. Transport and Local Government Minister, the Honorable Renwood Wells, says construction works to the Town Center Mall is about 99% complete, and employees will soon move to that new location.
The boxes are now installed completely. The other aspects of the post office is being closed up, and we are looking for a complete move. And this is the final timeline date for the post office. We are looking for a complete move the third week in May for all of the post office staff to be in the Town Center Mall.
He explained what contributed to the delays.
The drawings for the post office was incomplete at the time when we looked at them, and they did not comport with the Universal Postal Code. And so we needed to have redesigned different aspects of the drawings for the Town Center Mall. The drawings also had a large portion of the post office that was going to be on the second floor. We've relocated a lot of that to the first floor. So there needed to have been some redesign. We had set a timeline for, I think, the ending of February, beginning of March, because we believed at the time that we could use the boxes from East Hill Street to simply install them at Town Center Mall. Unfortunately, the boxes at East Hill Street could not be moved, so we had to order post office boxes. We thought we could have gotten them from Canada. We sourced them, but unfortunately, we ended up having to get them from China. That put a huge delay in our construction timeline.
The Minister of Transport and Local Government, the Honorable Renwood Wells, confirming the transfer of several employees from the Road Traffic Department to other areas of government. The minister, who spoke to reporters outside of Cabinet Office yesterday, was asked whether the transfers were related to concerns of corruption within that department. The minister responded this way.
I don't believe that you transfer people on hearsay or innuendo. I don't believe that you move corrupt, quote-unquote, individuals from one place to the next. If you believe someone is corrupt and you have the evidence for such, then you let them go home. Because the inference is that you're just shifting problems from one place to the next. I don't operate like that. I believe that when you move persons, it should always be for the efficiency of the department and for the best interest of those individuals and for the overall best practice and operation for your specific department. You know, we made some moves in order to bring greater efficiency and to allow for the upward mobility of persons in the Road Traffic Department and for persons who were moved for their upward mobility. Some of the individuals actually requested redeployment, and for those, we were assisting in that.
Minister Wells said there is also a plan to relocate the Road Traffic Department from the National Stadium, where they have been operating for a number of years.
Like the post office, the Road Traffic Department needs to move out of the stadium. And there was plans for it to move to Howard Road. We're now looking as to how we can best make that move happen. And so we're going to be looking as to where we can requisitely move the Road Traffic Department, and we're also looking to put a satellite station in the east. So we're looking for a building that we'd be able to have road traffic services for persons who live in the eastern part of New Providence.
Works on the Ernestine Highway over in Abaco well on its way after a much-needed repaving exercise started last month. Minister of Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, says the repaving was needed on the dated thoroughfare and will continue for some time, as it is a multi-million-dollar investment by the government.
Construction on Ernestine Highway has started. That's several multi-million-dollar jobs. But I'm going back in Abaco soon to see the progress they're making.
The South Abaco road running from Marsh Harbor to the Snake Key Junction is just one of many projects underway by the ministry set to upgrade roads and infrastructure on the island. The minister says he's headed back to the island for another major construction project designed to create new job opportunities for residents.
We are going back in Abaco also to sign a contract for Elbow Key, which is Hope Town. And there's a lot of work to be done there also. So that's another multi-million-dollar job that we're doing to conserve our country.
BTVI is maxed out in terms of space, and efforts are now underway to scout out additional space to meet the institution's ongoing growth demands. President of BTVI, Dr. Robert Robertson, says he is pleased that the institution has the staff complement needed to deal with the issue.
We're looking at trying to find some additional space on this campus and also in Freeport. That also is not only classroom related, it's parking, it's the logistics of supplying the proper teachers and the in-class type of experience, but we're managing. We're fortunate that we have a very good faculty, very good administration to be able to deal with that type of growth. And so I think with some further changes for 2019 in the fall, which we're anticipating bringing in, we should be in pretty good shape for 2019.
The head of BTVI says the government is also playing a hand in assisting the institution with significant infrastructural upgrades before the fall term begins.
The government has provided us with a large infusion of capital that will help to make the facilities better, bring them up to standard in some respects. In Freeport, we were still dealing up until recently with the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew, and so we're pretty much back to normal operations there. And so the facilities will be looking much better in the fall of 2019 for students when they come back to school.
And still to come, we take a closer look at the art of micro-needling. That and more when the Morning Edition comes right back.
Fidelity has the tools you need to make getting out of debt simple. Our debt consolidation loans will help you reduce your monthly payments with a built-in savings plan that earns 5% interest. Fidelity even gives you a financial coach to help you stay on track. Even our credit cards earn reward points that can be used for free travel, hotel stays, Uvis Gas, John Bull, car rentals, and shopping. No need to fall victim to sweet talk. Tell those other banks to simply walk the talk. Call Fidelity today and get the help you really need with a real debt consolidation loan. Fidelity, we're good for you.
On the next, a closer look with Anthony Newbold. Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dames.
Crime is a deep-rooted social issue, and we have to look at it from an holistic perspective.
How are you dealing with this whole issue of school violence?
So we've been looking at initiatives that will bring a greater police presence in the school, but not only from an enforcement standpoint, to ensure that they understand, why it is so important to stay away from crime and criminal activities.
Tune into A Closer Look, Monday at 8 p.m. and Wednesday at 9 a.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
What I love most about working for the Bahamas Tonight is that we don't only focus on New Providence, we cover the entire Bahamas. We have a team here in the Northern Bahamas that is ready to bring you the stories, the people, and the news that matter to you. From point A to Z, from covering hurricanes to elections and everything in between.
Morning Edition. The inside look into skin bleaching in the Bahamas has not only opened eyes, but opened doors into alternative ways to address skin problems through micro-needling. ZNS News sat down with the United States-based consultant for skin fitness on what micro-needling is, its impact, and what users are saying about this cooler and healthier way to get your skin smooth and back to its natural state. It may look a bit painful, but microneedling is an anti-aging process designed to rejuvenate, tighten, lift, stimulate, remove acne, and reduce the pigmentation in the skin. Consultant for the skin fitness brand out of the United States and Florida, Mercy Quinones, was in the Bahamas to spread the message that microneedling is available right here.
I know here in the Bahamas, we have a lot of issues with pigmentation. In Florida, we do too, so that's something that we take care of it from the root up to the surface. I will recommend about 6 treatments to start with. You're going to see a lot of, for the first time, you're going to see a lot of plumbing, a lot of kind of like lifting. You're going to see a little bit of a difference, but as the more you do it, that you get into your series of 6, you're going to see more, the reduction of the pores, reduction of the pigmentation, reduction of the scarring as well.
While at Belamonte Salon and Spa on Faith Avenue South, Mercy was working her hand magic conducting a microneedling demonstration on client Teresa Simmons. Here's how the process works.
It's not that we're injecting needles, because we're not injecting needles. We're just like making micro openings. That's why we have to numb the skin if we're doing the microneedle. Also, we have an option for people who have sensitive skin or people who have rosacea. Not to exclude anybody, we have the nano, which is not, it works within the epidermis. Skin Fitness basically has been in the market for 23 years, okay? It's the owner, it's called Christina Church. She developed this line 23 years ago and is completely organic, natural.
Afterward, we spoke to Teresa about her first microneedling experience.
I've been having some breakouts, and I've noticed some scarring from the pimples. So it has given me the hyperpigmentation. My skin is a little dried, and so I knew I needed something different from just moisturizing and cleansing. There's no pain. There's a little discomfort because it's needles, but my face is numb, so it's not like, okay, they're using needles, this is really gonna hurt. No, it's a little, nerve-wracking, I should say.
Mercy says both women and men are tapping into microneedling, and clients can expect to see results after the 4th treatment. She said the Skin Fitness products are not available over the counter. 38-year-old Shelley Camp of Standard Creek, Andros, says education for her 9-year-old son remains in the balance, claiming education officials on the island have refused to accept her child into regular school because of his disability. Camp says 9 years ago, before she had her son, she was prepared for twins. However, news of her special needs child changed her life forever with a series of medications and operations with minimal results.
They were supposed to do surgery to release the tension here and here. And they said to me, well, if he can sit up, they can work on it. When he went back, he stood up for them in the bed. When they took him back, it was something else different.
She says beyond the physical challenges of getting around, her greatest concern as a single unemployed parent is for her son to one day attend school just like other children. Member of Parliament for North Andros, Carlton Boleg, says efforts are now on the way to assist.
I know about the situation, and I'm in talks with the Minister of Education in regards to this. The problem is that we have a teacher shortage all over this country, and what we're trying to do basically is look at the ratio in the schools of how many students are in the school first of all, and see if it is a need at that time to do what is needed to be done. But
and we have midweek entertainment for you this morning. The National Youth Choir joins us. Let's turn things over to Jiminy DeSwain, who is standing by in studio with members of the choir.
Thanks, LaDawn. Of course, we're here with an excited bunch. I think that they're just ready to perform now if I said go. But the Bahamas National Youth Choir has an exciting evening planned for you. In fact, this is the 29th choir season that's set to kick off tonight. And joining us to talk a bit about the plans for the remainder of the week is, of course, choir director Dexter Fernando. Good morning to you, Dexter, and good morning to you, choir.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Welcome. So, what's happening tonight?
Well, tonight is our major fundraiser. This is our gala night, and this is what helps our curriculum, not just our international tour, but our gala night kicks off our 29th concert season.
And so that's going to be at the Dundas Center for the Performing Arts.
That's correct.
So where can persons get tickets? And before we get to tickets, what can persons expect from your performance? I think you're going to be honoring a special somebody that everybody in the music world knows.
Yes, we're doing a tribute to Stevie Wonder this year, and also T-Connection. You know, back then they were almost in power with Earth, Wind and Fire, so we're respecting our own, so we're going down to T-Connection. And this year we're tapping into our own talents. Fernal Adley, one of our choristers, is doing most of the choreography for this year, and he helped with the arrangement of our last piece. So we're looking for a good show tonight.
So this is the gala night, but when are other performances?
Well, it opens tonight, and then it follows on Thursday through Saturday at the Dundas, and we even have student matinees for the high school and primary school students.
So something for everyone, but of course you can't leave without doing a little something for us this morning. So I'm gonna step out of your way and let you do what you do.
All right.
Listen everybody, let me tell you something. It's time to change the way you move. You don't have to worry or even say you're sorry when you wear the Junkanoo. If you feel a rhythm or a new sensation makes you want to get up and dance, shake your body like you're crazy, jump around and care like you're mad.
Well, I definitely want to get in and feel some of the rhythm, but of course you said the gala night is tonight. That's at the Dundas Center for the Performing Arts, and there are matinee showings. But where can persons get tickets quickly before we go?
At the Dundas box office or Dupuche Turnquist & Co. for the gala night tonight. Dupuche Turnquist & Co. Carol Lashley and her team.
Well, thank you so much, Dexter, and thank you so much, choir. Back to you in Studio LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Jomanita. Fisher, what's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, LaDawn, we have some disturbing news on one of our country's volleyball players coming out of Greece. Also yesterday, Joel Stubbs was cleared of any wrongdoing, so some good and some not so good news this morning, but you got to stay tuned. Zedna's Total Sports with the exclusive.
That and more ahead in sports.
This is a PSA from We Buy, You Sell. The protection of your businesses, homes, and families is very important. We Buy, You Sell offers the best in hurricane impact windows and doors designed to withstand all categories of hurricanes, with prices beating our competitors by up to 50%. We also specialize in porcelain, mosaic, and plank tiles. We Buy, You Sell. Located at number 163 Robinson Road. Call 677-2856 or 324-6427. We Buy, You Sell. Come and see us today.
Good morning once again. Some disturbing news concerning our first pro volleyball player playing in Greece. The last few years he has dealt with something that we thought was over with. Let's just let him explain as he spoke with Zedna Sports this morning.
Hey Fisher, it was just an unfortunate situation. It was in a playoff game. It was a deciding game to see who would advance to the semifinals, and versus this team called PAOK, which is the rival team of my club, Heracles. So we won the previous game at our home court, so we were expecting it to be hostile, you know. But we got into the game, we were losing in the first set, but it was only the first set. And I served and I came out the game as normal, as I play middle blocker, you know. And I stood in the box trying to put on like my jacket for a moment, and a fan walked over to me and spit in my face and started calling me monkey and, you know, yelling curse words at me. And once I responded to this particular fan, then the entire crowd kind of attacked me, you know, started yelling racial slurs and spitting at me and this type of thing. And I then started to speak with the people from my team, because the official was almost wanted to throw me out of the game for not wanting to be quiet about the situation. He gave me the first card as a warning, and I refused to shut up until they realized it was getting hostile. Some police came, but the police also told me to shut up and don't say anything, you know. So at that point, I just started to feel attacked, because it was only me at this point, and I'm like the only black person in the entire arena, you know. And moving on, so we continued the game, and every time I would serve or do anything, they would boo and call me monkey and F this and F that, you know, that type of thing. And so here we are now, where my team is seeking legal action and speaking to the European Federation and people from the Greek League. And I am currently going to speak to some people here, the press at my team's office, and also to speak with the lawyers from the club here, Heracles.
Speaking with Barney said he has a press conference this morning. After that, he's going to sit down in this room, and he should be back home sometime next week. Let's keep him in our prayers for safety. Good news, however, from bodybuilding, where on Tuesday, Joel Stubbs got the news he had been waiting for quite some time in a communication sent from the International Federation of Bodybuilders to his regional vice president, Danny Sumner.
Joel Stubbs is still recognized as the president of the IFBB. I will also state that the IFBB have found that Joel Stubbs is clear of any wrongdoing that was perpetrated by those people who were trying to diminish his legacy as an athlete and as a president.
I'm really shocked as to the way how things had happened. But I knew within myself what I'd done was transparent, it was fair, it was honest, and so I had nothing to really hang my head and worry about. I just had to submit the evidence or the document or the information that needed, the IFBB head office needed in order to clear myself.
Now, Buddy Hield has an opportunity to do something no NBA player has done when the Sacramento Kings conclude their season against the Portland Trail Blazers tonight in Portland. Hield could become the first player in NBA history to make 600 three-point field goals over his first 3 seasons in the league. He is tied with Blazers star Damian Lillard, who will go up against tonight at 599, and he'll be among the first to see Hield break that record, previously held by Bahamian descent Klay Thompson and Kyle Korver. This season, Hield broke Peja Stojakovic's season franchise record with 275 three-pointers made, and has made 599 off his 1,430 career three-pointers, hitting 41.8%. And if you want to watch that game, I'm going to set my alarm. It is 10:30 tonight on the telly. And that's going to do it for your Wednesday morning sports check. I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks for watching.
They come from around the Caribbean to test their athletic skills and see who will carry home gold. Don't miss the excitement of Carifta 2019, April 20th through 22nd from the Cayman Islands. Make sure your business gets in on the excitement with a ZNS advertising package tailored just for you. Call us at 502-3800 or 3801 and get in on the region's biggest track and field event.
In our final look at weather, satellite picture showing broad area of cloudiness stretching across the northwest Bahamas into the central Bahamas, and eventually that will move into the southeast Bahamas later on today. And embedded in that are some showers and even 1 or 2 thunderstorms as well. Forecast for today, variable cloudiness with a few showers and a moderate breeze in place, high temperature getting up to 83 degrees. And tonight, mostly cloudy, a couple of lingering showers, low temperature around 72 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, temperatures will be in the mid-80s right through the 7-day cycle, and we're going to keep those nighttime temperatures in the low 70s for you. But things will be clearing up tomorrow afternoon, and we will see lots of sunshine in the days ahead. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. That's it for us today. Make sure to join us at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning for more Morning Edition. Once again, I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great day.
All around. Listen to the sound they're getting down. Is there in me? Oh yeah, just move your feet and dance. The Junkanoo, That's right, girls, you're doing it. Get in line.